I absolutely adore him, and I think you guys are going to do the same. Please give it up for Fabien Clark!
How you going, all right? Oh, look, it's New Year's Eve. Look at this guy. Bet you he's had an awesome year. Sort of. Mrs. left me for another woman, so that's quite interesting, isn't it? I'd say that's good. It's all right. At least it's another woman. It's not another. If it's another man, I would have been like, oh, what's he got that I don't have? Probably an actual job. It's another woman. I know exactly what she's got, and just quietly, little bit into it myself. That's what I would have chose, you know. But I should have seen it coming. She met her playing softball, right? Now, for me to not see softball was going to lead her into the arms of another woman is the equivalent of putting a house on a truck, moving that house to Tornado Alley, and just assuming, because the house has shown no signs of tendencies to being sucked up by a tornado in the past, that now that house is surrounded by tornadoes, wasn't going to get sucked up by tornadoes even though there was one time after a few drinks when your house told you that its deepest fantasy was to be sucked up by tornadoes. And there was that other time that your house invited its friend over, the tornado, and you and the house tornado had a few drinks together, and next thing you know, you're in the bedroom and things get pretty exciting. And after a while, you realize that the house and the tornado completely ignore you're there. And you have to sit back and watch the tornado wreck your home. I know. It's all right, because that joke implies that at some point I might have been part of a threesome. And that's true. I was a very small part of one once. Right? Threesomes sound good, but they're not as good as they sound. Like, they're good for your resume, right? But they're about as practical as an arts degree, to be honest with you, right? They're the two things on my resume, and just have a look at me, to be honest. This is where I am. But I'll explain what a real threesome is like. Imagine three people playing backyard cricket, right? One person gets to bat, one person gets to bowl, one person's fielding, a little bit bored, wishing they were batting or bowling, right? That's what it's really like. It's true. It's true. And in my experience, I got to bat first. Got out very early. Knew it would be a long time if I could physically bat again, if at all. Asked the captain, can I have a bowl? Can I have a bowl? She said, no. Conditions are much more conducive to finger spin. And ended up having to carry their drinks and conduct my own net session. I don't know why I did that towards you there, sir, but just felt right. Just felt right. But it's all right. Like, once I became single, it's all right. What I really did was I started to accidentally mistake good customer service for attraction to me, right? So if I went to the supermarket and the young girl behind the counter went, "Hello, how are you?" I'm like, oh my God, she is into me, right? I knew she wasn't, but I just thought it, and it got weird because I wanted to buy condoms. Not that buying condoms is weird. The weird part is getting to them, because you got to walk the gauntlet of ladies' products to get there. That is the shittest place for a man to try and get through. Like, I remember as a married dude, I got sent there a few times to buy the products for my lady. That is the shittest mission a man has ever got. Like, have you ever been on that mission? No, you haven't. No, you haven't. You can tell because you look happy. I can tell that, right? This bloke over here, he's a veteran of the mission, I can tell, right? Look at him. He's like, I don't even choose my own shirts anymore. I know that. You wouldn't have chose that shirt, I understand, right? It's a tough mission to go on, right? I'm going to tell the man, this bloke over here, she's saying, have you ever been? Yeah, you have. It's okay, right? I can tell you went with a full head of hair, you came back like that. I know. That's what happens on these missions, right? But I'm going to explain to the men in the room, if you ever get sent on the mission to buy the products for your lady, you got to ask these 3 questions. Ladies in the room, please tell your men these 3 things, because they know it's a tough mission and they know it's not a time to make mistakes, right? They need as much information as you can give them. These are the things. First thing, say, please write down the words that'll appear on the box in the exact order They will appear on the box you desire because she will say 3 or 4 words. I bet you she said them to you. I bet you, right? You get there and you look at the wall and you see there's 3 or 4 words are on every fucking box in different orders. Second thing you say, please do a colour sample of what it is you mean by purple today. Right? Because she'll say it's a purple box, honey. You will get to the soup and you will notice every box a little bit purple. No box is truly purple at all at the same time. Third thing you say, please draw a diagram of what kind of winged creature will appear on the box. Is it the big winged or the little winged? Is it a cuttlefish or a manta ray? Like, what have I got my rod in for, right? And I'll make 3 phone calls home. I'm sure these blokes have made this home. The first phone call sounds like this. I was like, hello, yeah, I'm looking. No, I know the one you said, ultra extra wings. I know the ones, purple box. I know I'll find them, honey, I'll find them. Third phone call sounds like this. I don't know. Will you accept Tim Tams and toilet paper? That's all I can find. It's true. It's true. Oh. Man, I did a gig in Port Adelaide where I asked a guy sitting where you are over there. So I asked the guy, hey, have you ever got the products for your lady? And he looks at me and goes, oh, I haven't yet, but I want to. What does that even mean? He wants to? What? And then he got down on one knee and he proposed in the front row of the gig to his... Like, I've been heckled by some weird shit in the past. But marriage proposal mid-tampon joke beats everything, right? You can't beat that. You can't beat that. And I asked the guy, I'm like, hey, man, what did you do that for? And he goes, oh, we were going to go on a holiday to Bali, but due to the ash cloud, the holiday was cancelled. And so, like, you know, I had the ring in my pocket and we come down to the pub to watch his comedy show. And the next thing you know, mate, you're like asking me a question. So I just thought, shit, I'll ask her the question. That's a fucking good response, isn't it? But I thought that was like the worst proposal. And then I thought about my own proposal, which was pretty bad and probably explains why I get the divorce in the end, right? I thought I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Right? I thought I could get her an engagement ring for her birthday, right? Still gets 2 presents. One of the presents is me, right? She eventually returns both presents, but it's all right. So I thought I could do that. So I went to the jeweler. I ordered a ring. She said, the jeweler was like, no, the ring's going to take at least 2 weeks, which is perfect because that's when her birthday was going to be. So awesome. The ring will be there in time. So I went home. A couple of weeks later, the jeweler rang to tell me the ring had come in perfect, only I was in the shower. And she answered it. And for some reason, the jeweler didn't suspect that perhaps the lady on the line was the lady that was going to get proposed to. And the jeweler said, and I quote, oh, how you going? Yeah, your engagement ring has come in. Right now, that is not something you pre-tell someone. The whole point of the engagement being a surprise is so they don't have enough time to think about it. Because if you had a good couple of weeks to go, oh no, he's proposing to me in 2 weeks. If you got told you got 2 weeks to think about it, in 2 weeks you're going to go, you know what? Probably going to leave it this time. Probably not going to go with it. That's the whole point of the surprise. The idea of me telling her first would be the equivalent of a magician walked out here now with a rabbit and a hat and went, oh, how you going, guys? Yeah, rabbit here, hat here. Yeah, no, he's going good, are you? Yeah, cool. And then puts the rabbit in the hat and then waits for a bit and then goes, oh, yeah, say a trick. And then pulls that same rabbit back out and goes, surprise. You'd go, no, I'm not going to marry that guy. No way, right? That's the whole point of it. So I didn't want to be that guy. So then she comes into the shower where I am and she goes, Did you get me an engagement ring? And I, again, don't want to be the magician guy. So I'm like, no. And she's like, well, apparently you've got some bitch one, and throws the phone at me, right? So here's where the proposal come in. So I'm nude in the shower, having just had a phone thrown at me. And I'm like, well, better not stuff this. I'm like, oh, actually, I did get you an engagement ring. And to save me a trip to the shops that potentially I don't need to make, if I go and get the ring, are you going to say yes when I get back? And she said, probably, and could you get me some tampons while you're at the shops? Got there. Oh. But I'll be honest. I also got kids. I got 3 kids, and I think a 4th one on the way. I'm sure of that. But kids, like my smallest child is awesome. My other 2 are a bit shit, right? And they are, and I tell it to their faces. I feel it's my job as their dad to just let them know that they're a bit shit, right? Because when I was a kid, teachers would do it. Teachers would say, "You're shit." My teachers would say, "Fabien, you are a bit shit." I go, "Oh, yeah, I know." They go, "Please move out of the way, let the good kids do all the stuff so our school will win everything." And I knew when I got out of the way and they won everything, I was part of those winning teams by not being a part of those winning teams, right? That's how I helped out. But now they don't do that. Now at school they go, "No, it's not about winning or losing. It's about participating and trying your best. It's all about trying your best. Doesn't matter how bad you're at something. Just keep trying it. Just keep trying your best, and you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want because if you just believe, you can't do whatever you want." Some people are a bit shit at things, and they need to try something else, right? They need to be told early. That's why I tell my kids they need to be told early, because I don't know, like, what do you do for a living, mate? You're an insurance guy. For the purpose of this joke, we're going to say you're a builder. How does that sound? It's just going to work better, right? It's just going to work better. So what was your name? Josh. So there you are, Josh, and you just build a house, right? Because you're a builder, right? You build this house, and it's amazing, right? And there's this beautiful house, and all of a sudden it falls down, smashing a work vehicle and injuring a fellow worker. Your boss is going to go, "Josh, this is the 5th one of these houses you've built, mate, that's come crashing down. 7 blokes are in hospital because of you. 7 guys in hospital. There's 8 work vehicles we can't even use anymore because they've been crushed because of your terrible workmanship, Josh. But you know what, mate? Just keep giving it a go, champ." Just try. It's not about building houses that stay up, mate. It's just about trying to build. You just tried to build it. You just try to build. It's not about being able to live in a house. It's about trying to build a house that maybe someone could potentially maybe live. It's not about doing it good. It's just about doing it. So as long as you did a good job, the best of your ability, which is a bit shit, but you just gave it a go, didn't you? Gave it a go. You're special, Josh. Go on, I'll see you tomorrow, you little champion. That's not what's really going to happen in the real world. Your boss is going to say, "Josh, never come back here. I suggest you get into insurance." That's what they're going to say. That's what they're going to say. It's true. And that's what I tell my kids. I say, either be as good as your little brother. Find another family. Just move on. Just move on. But I'll be like, and your oldest is always your shittest. A lot of people won't admit to that. It's true. Oldest is your shittest because no one ever got the first try at anything right. Let's be honest with it, right? You work your way up to getting something good, right? Your oldest is a bit shit. And it's because you love it too much. You love your first one way too much. Like, you're scared the whole world's going to kill it. By your 3rd child, you're looking for something to kill it, right? It's a different way of doing it. That's your oldest. Your second, but your oldest, though, I must admit, your oldest is usually like pretty smart because you tell them more than you probably need to. Your oldest is extremely intelligent because you tell them all the information. So your oldest might be soft because you love it too much, but usually smart. Second kid comes along and you go, "Well, do I need to tell it all that same stuff again?" Probably not all of it. So you give second child what I'd call a dumbed down version of life. Second child will usually be a bit tougher, but potentially dumb as shit. Right now, a lot of people in the room just then went, "No, that is not true. You were probably the second child. And you don't get the joke, but that's just because of who you are." Third child's your best child, and the reason for that is because you don't even, as a parent, you play no part in bringing it up. You let the other 2 do it for you, right? Sometimes you'll meet the third one in the hallway, just go, "Who are you again?" "Oh, that's right, you're the 3rd one, aren't you?" "Yeah, I'll see you around, whatever." Don't even know his name. That's what it's like with your 3rd one. My oldest, I must admit, I tried to live my dreams through it. Like, I wanted to be a football player, but due to being shit at it, didn't work out, right? But I thought somehow through magic he was going to be the greatest footy player ever to play football, right? Just because I wanted him to be. He didn't want to play football. He's like, "Dad, I don't want to play football." I'm like, "Why not?" And he goes, "There's a kid in the team called David who's big and tough and scary, Dad, and I want to play because I'm scared of him." And I told him what all Dad said, "Hey, David pushes you around, buddy. You do whatever he does. Back to him." And when I'd seen David, David was like 6'4" and 190 kilos. Like, shit, I was terrified of him, right? First game of the season, they run out, right? They run out, and my boy and David bump into each other and think, shit, what's going to happen here, right? And David pushes my son and think, shit, I know I told you in the event of a giant child hurting you to hurt it back, but I've told you to clean your room like 7,000 times. You've never done that. One time I tell you, in the event of a giant child hurting you to hurt it back, have a think about it. Dad has got this completely wrong. Do not hurt the giant child back. You just see my boy just go, I've let Dad down so many times to clean the room thing. This is my chance to make it up to Dad. I'll just do it. And my boy, with the biggest open hand slap, just slaps David in the face like he's breaking up with him. Right? I'm like, what? What are they doing? What are they doing? And then David just stands in mouth and just going, now this game's at 8 o'clock in the morning, right? I assume David has not had breakfast yet. He's just going to eat my son. So he's just going to eat him. He's going to eat him. But he doesn't. He just stands in mouth. He's going, like that, right? And all the other kids get in a huddle. Like, look at that. That kid just hit David back. And he's not doing anything. He just hit him. He's not doing anything back. Like all of us would always run away from him. We'd never. He just hit him. Nothing's happening. Well, he looks like he might try and eat him. But he couldn't eat all of us. Let's get him, right? So the whole team stormed David the Giant to get their revenge and all start beating the crap out of the giant kid. I'm like, come on, dads, we've got to break it up. And one dad just stands up and goes, no. He's had it coming. Who are you? I'm David's dad. Never cleans his room. He's brought this shit on himself. Right? And then there was one kid over here, one kid just digging a hole, right? He's just digging a hole, and his dad's going, Chris, the fight's over there, Chris, get in the fight. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, Chris? Get in the fight, what's wrong with you? Oh, and there's another dad just like me, trying to live his dreams for his children. That's what's going on there. Because if you've ever been to little kid sport, you'll notice about 4 kids know why they're there. The other 40 children have actually got no idea why they're even there, right? And they just rock up like this going, I was just eating my breakfast. Mum just put me in the car. Oh, I'm so cold. So cold. Why have I got tiny shorts on a cold day? It's a cold day and I've got tiny shorts, I've got long socks, I've got tiny shorts. And I've got why have I got tiny shorts and long socks and it's a cold day. I've got tiny shorts and long socks. If I was at home, I would just wear pants. Pants would cover this whole area. But today, you've dressed me in tiny shorts and long socks. Oh, I'm so cold. What's that, Mum? You're offering me an orange. Why do I want an orange? It's a cold day. I want a Milo. This is bullshit. I'm just going to dig a hole. That's why there's so many injuries in the AFL after half-time. Half-time, they have the little Oz kick dudes on. Those confused little 5-year-olds dig holes everywhere. It's like Gallipoli after half-time, man. It is. I'll be honest with you though. Like my oldest is easily, but my youngest, like I said, your best. And the coolest thing I got to do with him is I used to go to playgroup with him, and that's cool. Going to playgroup is pretty cool. I used to sit in the sandpit with him, and there'd be like 20 mums there, and I'd be like imagining that I was Fabien the Lion King, and that they were my pride of lionesses, right? Got a bit weird. Occasionally I'd just pick a child up and just go, and just put it down, and not even my kid, just someone else's, and that. Got weird. And then I knew then another dad turned up, and they got a bit weird, because I knew in the wild, one dad saw another dad lion, we'd have to fight to the death until we were banished, right? And I knew in playgroup, getting banished was terrible because that meant going to the crafts table, right? Because there's no place shitter. Like I told you that the tampon aisle was pretty bad. You've seen nothing till you've been to a crafts table, right? That is the shittest place on earth. I'll explain. We went there and I got to the crafts table and they said, today we're gonna make a Santa Claus out of some stuff here for Christmas. And I'm like, oh, that sounds exciting, a Santa Claus for Christmas. And I think, well, there must be all the good ingredients to make a perfect Santa Claus sitting on this table. And I look what there is there, and there's glitter, there's red cellophane. Like, where's that in the real world? I've never seen it apart from a crafts table. There's glue in a big pile with sticks in it, almost made so the kid could just eat the glue. It's bullshit. And then there were toilet rolls. Now, I don't know about you, but I've never seen a toilet roll in an environment other than a toilet. And I've never grabbed a toilet roll ever in my life having gone, oh, toilet paper bum, oh, the toilet roll's empty. Better go and disinfect myself, come back and retrieve said toilet. That's never happened. You've gone, toilet paper bum, oh, toilet roll's empty. I'll just grab that with my filth hands, and I'm just going to walk down a playgroup like this, not even to put pants back on, just going to walk down there and go on, make some Christmas cheer. I did that, and I had that argument with my playgroup teacher, and while I was doing that, all my boy did was eat all the glue. So I was... Anyway, I've been Fabien Clark. I'll see you later.